And we're live. Hey, welcome. I'm sure everyone can hear me now, and we're not having audio mistakes. But welcome to episode 2 of Curse of Strahd. And you're joined by my 4 lovely players. We're missing our current sorcerer, but she will join us next time. I'm going to plan a little special one-shot for her to kind of catch her up on things. But yeah, for those that haven't watched the first one, do so. You'll kind of catch up to what how everyone got here to Barovia. But my name is Sergio Mendez. I am your dungeon master for tonight, and these are my players. And let's just go around and reintroduce who we are and who you're playing. Anyone want to start? I nominate Jackie.
So I play Erin. I am a Dragonborn bard. And I am a sassy bitch. And the first thing I do when I step into a tavern is see who's hot and who looks drunk enough that they're willing to follow me upstairs.
Typical bard. Got it. Nice and standard.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
Jackie, pass the torch.
Jace.
Drat. All right, I'm Jace. I play Terexis, our paladin. She's a tiefling, rather reserved, prefers to kind of see what the party's doing, thanks to being a paladin who has -2 strength, so this is going to be fun. Zoe, do your thing.
And Zoe's muted.
Muted.
At least it's not the entire channel this time.
You guys hear me earlier?
There we go.
There you are.
Okay. So, hi, my name is Zoe. I play Lucia. She is a psychotic warlock. Yay.
Yay.
Amy, where'd you go?
Amy went away.
Sorry, my baby wanted out. I am Amy. I play Ferda, who is a half-orc pirate barbarian. And she's stubborn and proud, but she's not your typical rage master. So lots of fun there.
Lots of fun. And not scared to fight 4 people on one in a fist fight for no reason at all. Other than to prove how fucking tough and how bad of a bitch she is.
Yes.
Shoulda raged.
Gonna rage.
Shoulda raged.
Should have raged. Should have maybe drawn a weapon, but should have raged. But it's okay. You guys can do your own business. And let's just do a little quick recap of things. The party all met in a tavern, as most standard adventurers do. It's very original. And they eventually met this traveling group that called themselves a Vistani. Asked the party for their aid in rescuing their dear lord from some ill fate. Party was like, sure, maybe, what's in it for us, kind of thing. Eventually they decided, yeah, we'll go. They rested, and then the mists took them to Barovia. And from there, they're in currently the woods, well, starting to get out of the woods, but they see all kinds of creepy things in the mists, howling, snarling, all kinds of things.
Hands trying to grope me.
Hands trying to, misty, incorporeal hands trying to grope our dear Dragonborn. And yeah, eventually they got to a clearing of the valley of Barovia. They see a small village in a short distance away, but looming past that is the castle. And then the night turned into a red moon. So, let us continue our little game. Now, I made a little party token for all y'all, so we don't have to have multiple people moving around the world map. And I think everyone has control over it. But regardless, I can just move everybody if y'all is. We can just do that. I'll move everyone rather than have 5 people control this one car. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
So, it's a terrible idea, trust me. So, we are here in the Valley of Barovia. And let's see, I think I had a little handout for. Oh, yeah, let me just show this to chat again. They saw the castle with the red moon above, just being all weird and ominous looking, and maybe strangely inviting to some of you that wants to rule it one day.
Yeah,
you know,
it'll be mine.
yeah, you know who you are.
You're gonna
So
bring that moon like Majora's Mask. Just
that is a plan. I think that is a very ambitious plan. I wish you the best of luck.
oh, thank you.
So, it is some time of night. You've escaped whatever horrors were in the mists, and now you're here in the village of in the Valley of Barovia. What is? You know what? I'll just lend the camera over to you guys. What are you guys doing?
I think that we should go find people.
Yeah, I really need to find out more about where the heck we are
Yeah,
because I want that wagon.
you can have the wagon.
Also, I'm just gonna show everybody the audience like this is our little party tracker. Yay! Wait, hold on. I can do this. Yeah, now everyone can see.
Well, let's find somewhere that has a crowd, preferably. I don't talk to a random stranger, like a singular stranger.
Yeah, currently the village is 2 miles like down the road,
What's
so
up?
it's not super far away.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
So we're going to the village.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because we have someone to find.
Yes. Also, who has the highest passive perception again? I think it was Ferda.
I'm at a 12.
Maybe.
Mine's 13.
I remember there being a bunch of 13s.
Yeah.
But for now, we're just going to go with Aaron. Aaron, there were 5 of you. You no longer see your very enthusiastic drow friend? Whatever you consider her. Like, she was there.
Has anyone seen that midget?
No, I haven't heard her in a while. She talks a lot. Where'd she go?
None. She was literally right here.
Yeah.
She probably saw some tasty mushrooms and she's doing her cook thing. I don't know. She weirds me out. We going
She's
to
doing
town?
mushrooms.
Stop her from
I
eating
wouldn't put it past
mushrooms.
She looks like she could use some mushrooms, if you know what I mean.
I mean,
Girl like waves out.
maybe she does. Maybe that would. Maybe
Girl
that
waves
That's
out.
unfortunate.
would.
I really
Mhm.
liked her cooking.
Yeah, she cooks really well.
Guys, she's probably in town. If she's anywhere, she's either.
She's probably
Like, does anyone see anywhere else she could have gone?
besides the woods. I don't think she'd go into the woods by herself.
Do I see footprints? Like, can I look around?
Do you see footprints?
Sure. Anyone can give me a perception or an investigation check.
I'll do investigation.
Yeah.
No, I want to do perception. Is that cool?
Yeah,
Go for it.
it's one of the two, and just do it, and it'll show up in the thing. Okay, with an 11, you see her footsteps, like where she was standing when you guys stopped, and I guess there's a nice like little 10-second like video game kind of cutscene where the camera just like zooms in on the castle, and then when it pulled away, she's not there.
Okay. There are no footprints like, leading away.
Sorry, say again.
There are no footprints like leading away, like
Nope.
going off the door.
Nope, there, like she was just there.
Do the rest of us notice this?
like you know, like the rest of you notice. Oh yeah, like looking around, like currently only Zoe has rolled that perception, but like if she points it out, yes, it's just her footprints there. It is just her footprints there, and like the main reason you notice that she wasn't around is because after everyone kind of like had a moment to look at the castle, you realize there's the silence of not having Willow around, and then you went, "Where's Willow?" But yeah,
So
there
Ames got a 16 in perception.
there is
Extra footprint.
there is no trace of where her footsteps went. However, with a 16, Amy, or rather
Yeah.
Ferda, they're like in the woods that you're next to.
Mm-hmm.
The mist is there, and it's kind of doing that whole, just like little tendrils of mist, kind of like trying to reach out, but they don't like leave the woods.
Fun.
Did it grab her? You don't know.
Count our losses. It was short and fun. But
You can't just leave her.
Look, you want to go charge
Well-
into that tentacle mist? Go for it.
and we've known her for like a day. So
Alexis just
Yeah, but
starts
she kind of helped me
walking.
out. She threw a pot at one of the four men. I mean, I killed all of
I'm,
them,
fol-
but she
I'm following.
threw a pot at
I'm following Trexus.
Okay.
I'm.
Yep. All right. Yeah, we're doing this. So you guys start going down the road. Whatever conversation you guys want to have with each other. When you get to a point in this road where you can hear coming from behind the sound of horse hoofs, kind of just like the sound of a rusty wooden wheel just squeaking, coming from behind.
Is it a similar noise as we heard before when we left the tavern?
Sort of, except without the joyous music.
She wants her wagon.
You really do.
She wants her wagon.
She wants her wagon.
Turn around.
Okay.
Every now and then.
Thank you, Bard. So, as you turn around, as the rest of you turn around to face this wagon, you can see that it's not the same style of wagon that you saw that the Vistani had. What you instead see is a very black carriage just making its way down the road. And fine.
Is it a hearse?
It's not a hearse. But let me find what's his name. Name was. Oh, let's go.
Is it Igor?
No. So what you see, you see this dark wagon, this dark carriage being ridden by these two black stallions. There is a man in somewhat well dressed clothing, driving the carriage forward. Eventually, like, it gets close enough to you that, like, do you all move out of the way of the road? Because it doesn't seem like they're going to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the wise thing to do.
Okay.
I'm not getting run over there.
Okay, you guys.
Oh, and I lift up my hood and cover my horns.
Okay. As you walk past, or step to the side of the road, the carriage stops right next to you all. You can see that the man driving this wagon appears to be a very pale-ish elf with somewhat pointed ears, a scar across his forehead, but it otherwise seems to be a very distinguished gentleman who just looks at you all. He also has like dark, long black hair that goes past his shoulders. He just looks at you all and goes, "Strangers, who are you?"
Bitch, you're the stranger.
I apologize, Monsieur, for my friend.
It's rude to.
You were brought by Vistani.
He's about to just turn away from you all, like start mushing the reins again, when you all hear a voice say, "Wait." He immediately stops. Sorry, what?
Is it male voice, female voice?
A male voice.
Ooh.
Say, "Just stop." The driver lets go of the reins, like just almost like impulsively on command. Makes his way around the carriage, goes to the passenger door, opens it, and very politely bows his head. You see stepping out another very well-dressed individual who is in this almost dark gray silver breastplate, long cloak, and I'm sure I shared his picture with you all during character creation, but you see, as you players know, but for your reference, let's do that again. You see this individual show up. I don't know if you guys saw that picture. Wow.
Yep.
Cool. You see this gentleman just step out of the carriage. And he says, "Thank you, Rahadin." And he just starts walking towards you all.
I walk towards him and offer my hand.
Okay.
Say good evening.
As you start like approaching him, the man who bowed his head, like in a flash, steps in front of this nobleman, steps out in front of him with a very beautiful longsword drawn, pointing it right at your face. "You stay away from my lord."
You need to calm down just a tad.
Or you could just stop walking towards the dude with the pointy sword and just stay,
Terexus.
Yes.
As this individual steps forward, I'm going to show you his picture too. As this individual steps forward with his sword drawn to you, you're close enough. Like there was no evidence of this before. As he steps up next to you, you can just hear a cacophony of screams. Just nonstop screams from dozens upon dozens of people. Can you make me a charisma save?
Oh, sure.
Only Terexus hears this. Okay. You know what? Here's the thing.
Yep.
Cool. It is unnerving at first. Just the fact that he stepped close and then just a cacophony of screams. It's basically making you nearly deaf from it. But you steel yourself and no other ill effect happens.
I just kind of tilt my head back and forth like, oh, what lovely screams.
You heard what now?
Rahadin.
Oh, must have been just...
The nobleman in the back, "Rahadin, put down your sword. These insects mean nothing."
Excuse me, I'm a lizard. If you're going to be racist, use the correct racial term.
I'm akin to angels. How dare you call me an insect?
Yeah. You, sir, are mind-blowingly rude.
Oh,
Although, what do, you,
Much disrespect.
what do you use on your skin? Because that's really nice.
how quaint.
I just kind of look at.
Can you all make a
The
charisma
rest
save?
A what save?
A charisma save, please.
Do I want to do?
Oh no!
Yeah. Okay.
Welp.
Not bad, Amy.
I know, right?
However,
Rolling low again.
it happens. Here's how this happens. So, with all your bickering or whatever you're saying toward him, he gives a glare, and only Ferda realizes this is that his shadows, like extend from him, and you can see Ferda notices at a quick instant that the shadows kind of like move on their own. The hands from them kind of extend into claws, and Ferda was back enough far away to not be close for this to happen and dodged it. But Ferda, for a moment, you saw that this shadow from him reached out and like slashed at the shadows of your other 3 party members, and it looked like their shadows died. Like they were like torn asunder, and then they like reform. The 3 of you though, like you felt nothing, no like pain or anything, but there's this weird sensation that you have to, like, he is your superior right now, so you will show him respect, basically.
I was doing that anyway.
I know, but this is more out of fear.
Apologies, monsieur. We did not mean to offend.
What did you do?
Oh, Zoe, Steve has some mics to give you if you want a better headset. It's hard to hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, he just looks at you all. I will have silence now. I need to introduce myself. I am lord of these lands. I am Strahd von Barovia. And you are guests. And you will stay. Don't cause trouble, or I will find you. And stay away from her. She's mine.
Who is her?
Who's her? Can you give me a perception check, please? Anyone can give me a perception check. Ooh, okay. We'll just go off of that. And not bad. Whatever. But currently, Lucia and Ferda can see, like, he left the door open to the carriage. You can see inside a female figure, beautiful, lavish dress, kind of like one of those like old Victorian style kind of things. It's like, you know, the poofy shoulders and all that, but her hair all beautifully done. But she's also wearing like this porcelain mask that kind of resembles a skull, just hiding her face. And you know what, Zoe, for that natural 20, here's something you see, is her posture doesn't seem to be one of like, oh, I'm, you know, going on a carriage kind of ride. there is like a shake to her, like it's like she's just nervous. But only you see this at a glance before, your attention is now brought upon the Lord of these lands. So, this is my only warning. Do not cause trouble, or I will find you. Nothing escapes my sight. And then he turns and goes into the carriage.
If I may, Monsieur, what are we guests of?
Welcome to Barovia, young one. And you know what? He actually, like, when he says that and the way you've been speaking to him, he kind of gives you a little look up and down and just, and then steps into his carriage. The other gentleman whose name is now you've heard is Rahadin. He closes the carriage and just scowls at all of you. Goes to the front of the carriage, gets on top, grabs the reins. Yeah. And it just goes.
We gonna talk about what just happened?
No, let us never speak of it again, and let's continue.
That's a great way to respond.
That was the most beautiful prick I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was pretty. Did you see the girl in the carriage? She seemed a little off.
I missed that.
Same.
Yeah, she had like this interesting skull mask. I didn't want to know where she got it, but she was shaking.
Yeah, it's a little hard to hear you, Zoe. What?
Young girl in a carriage shaking with a skull mask on.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just not great. Well, let's try to fix it during break. Okay. For now, just we'll be mindful of it. And as soon as the carriage starts leaving, like more out of sight, that moon returns back to its normal view.
Foreboding.
Okay, so that's the Lord of the Land, and we were brought here to help him, I guess.
I mean, it would follow. He's the Lord, but I'm getting the feeling that he did not send for help himself.
I think that was implied by the way the Vistani spoke to us, but I'm interested to know why he said stay away from her, she's mine. I didn't feel like taking a woman.
Want to go find out why she was shaking? I'm kind of curious. I mean, he seems pretty intimidating. Could be his wife.
I mean, if
It's
she
like,
was
it doesn't
shaking,
seem like she's there of her free will.
that would be my first guess.
Are we technically?
So
Go get her?
We're here a little more within our will than she seemed to be, from what she's saying. But
yeah.
How far away is the wagon now?
I don't want to save her.
It's out of sight. And this is like a somewhat flat road. It's not there anymore.
I must have these wagons.
You and your damn wagons.
They disappear, they travel through dimensions, they're perfect. And I start walking towards the village all excited, like, yes, need a wagon, need a wagon, need a wagon.
I follow her, shaking my head, going, where's the damn tavern? I need a drink.
Cool.
I think that sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
That freaky thing with the shadows.
I would offer you a drink, Madame Erin, but all I have is holy water.
That stuff gets you shit-faced?
No.
Depends on which god you pray to.
Touche.
So, after a 2-ish mile little trek on this very barren, broken road, you approach the outskirts of this little village. with the castle looming above.
Well, this is quaint.
Let me read a little box text here. So when you're first approaching the village, tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick and wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for a mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets in the distance. Go.
So,
Village.
does anyone see any tavern-looking spot? It's dark outside. People normally drink at this hour, right? Do you guys hear anything? Can I hear anything? Like, do I hear like people in a tavern somewhere nearby?
You can see a few people like walking around, but like the only real sound you can hear is that like person crying, just wailing, just making the saddest sound you've heard.
I try to go in the direction of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what I want to do here. Let's go. Let's put you all in the village. Let's take a trip. Going on a trip.
This is so cool.
Okay, you guys can see the village, yes?
Yeah.
Cool. You guys are coming from that end of the village. Put you all over here. You guys can move your characters later.
Okay.
But let's see, where is that sound coming from? The sound, you can hear it coming. It's hard to tell at this distance, like where it's coming from. You don't see a person out in the street crying. It's just coming from somewhere in this village. It's not close by. It's just like kind of echoing in the distance.
Can I send Charles to go like see if he can pinpoint the sound?
Oh yeah. What form would you like Charles to be?
I want him to be a raven.
Okay. Luckily, he's a raven right now. For those that don't know already, Lucia has a familiar that normally is an imp, and imps can turn into all kinds of things. So currently, Charles, your imp with a little hat, turns into a raven, just and just waiting for you.
I love it when you just change. It's wonderful. It's so cute. And you keep your little hat. Okay, but on an actual note, can you go find out where the crying is coming from? I'll give you a piece of candy if you do it quickly.
And he just opens his beak.
No. You have to do the task first. Yeah, go.
He just flutters away. Sure. While that's happening, what are the rest of y'all doing?
I'm thoroughly spooked and going to find familiar ground at the tavern.
Cool. Let's see if I can find you. Is it this? No, that's not the I need areas of the village. There we go. Also, let me get you a handout so we can all be character options. Text handouts? No. I don't know. I'll find it during break. I was trying to find a map for you guys. Yes.
Since it's like dark out and we're like going into town to like socialize and actually talk to people,
Mm-hmm.
Lucia's gonna take off her helmet or her mask.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah, she takes off her mask, and as she kind of does, like also based on your attire, like the mask comes like one of like those like ski masks that kind of like cover everything, except for like the little slot where you had for your little ponytail. but as like everything comes off, her hair just fluffs a lot, and this is Lucia. Pretty sure y'all can see this. Show to players. It's under player art in your handy dandy journal.
Nice hair.
Right? So cool.
Mm-hmm.
So she like fluffs out her hair and like fixes it. She's like, okay, better. All right, let's go to the tavern.
Yay.
Cool. Oh yeah, I was looking for a tavern. Where is okay? It's that area. Okay, you guys can go here to like the center of the village if you guys want to.
Okay.
Cool. As you go here, Aaron, yes, you can see that this building over here has the makings of what would be a tavern.
Okay. This looks promising.
Yes.
I agree.
Sure.
What draws your attention is like most of the buildings here are completely dark, as I said in the earlier description. But a shingle shaft of light is illuminating into the main square here. It's like it is like just it kind of is like a small beam of light coming from the place. And above the gaping doorway is a sign that hangs kind of askew a bit, and written in common, the title is Blood on Divine Tavern.
Oh, found the tavern. What's a
All
drink?
right.
Yes.
I mean, we should get information, but drinking can
Is there
Ensue.
a map?
Sweetie, there is no better way to get information from people than to get them drunk.
I'm looking to see if there's a map of this tavern, in case there's a thing that happens. Well,
that's fair.
yeah. Well, hopefully we don't start a second bar fight. So we'll see.
Yeah, let's not do the bar fighting thing again.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, if I do a quick scan around the
man.
block real quick, just looking at the buildings and what's around.
Sorry, say again.
Is it alright if I do a quick scout around the block, looking at the buildings and what's around?
Sure. Give me a perception check. And also, Lucia, you can see that your raven is just like still flying around.
Is he going in circles?
He's going from rooftop to rooftop and just kind of trying to find it.
Is he having any luck?
Yeah, well, he hasn't returned straight back to you.
Do you want me to roll for does he have a perception check?
I know what his bonus is. I know what he can do.
Okay.
But unfortunately, Terexis, this is a strange place. That one suck. You guys do have inspiration, by the way. Also, on that note, I don't know if Alan is watching. I think he is. I think I saw him in chat. I wasn't normally going to use karma, but my group earned karma. For everyone who's not Alan, karma is my own self-imposed rule that I have in my home games, where I, the Dungeon Master, have my own inspiration that I award myself when the party does things mostly personal to me. Mostly? Don't fuck with me too much.
We afflicted you with kindness.
No.
So nice.
Let's not get into that. Don't antagonize your DM. Anyway, pro life tip. Sure. The tavern is open and seems ready for anyone to really come in.
Onward.
Yeah, I walk in.
Okay. You can see that the building is about 60 feet square. Let's see. So when you are approaching the sign, the close inspection of the sign reveals that it originally read "Blood on the Vine," and then it was added on to be a tavern. So when you enter, there is a blazing fire in the hearth that gives a scant warmth to a few huddled souls within. They include a barkeep. You see 3 Vistani. You immediately recognize what they're Vistani based on their attire and dress and skin tone. And you see what seems to be another youngish man who is just at the bar, just quietly minding his own business, drinking, eating food. Yeah. There's a few other people around. What would you guys like to do?
I want to go talk to the Distani.
And I want to approach the lone guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to the bartender about getting a drink.
All right.
I'm gonna join Aaron.
All right. Then let's go with the individuals quickly. So let's see. No, Lucia. Let's do the barkeep first. That one's easier to do. So Aaron and Terexis make a beeline. Rather, Aaron makes a beeline for the barkeep. Terexis following her. So you see that the barkeep. He's a kind of a pudgy man. Who just very quietly, just cleaning glasses. And he kind of has you can see behind him just rows of glasses of like maybe like a 3-shelf kind of thing, just full of glasses. And he's just cleaning them. And when you approach the bar, he makes a small motion towards you, to recognize that you're there, and then turns back to his glasses and just keeps going.
I address him. Cheers, friend. How goes the night?
He gives you no recognition.
Okay. Any suggestions on what's popular drink-wise here?
He stops cleaning, points to a sign, and all you can see is it was not a sign, but he points to bottles and other barrels that you would recognize as wines or ales, but he's not looking at you. He finishes cleaning a glass, puts it back, picks up another glass. You can see that he's kind of just moving down the row.
I just look at Aaron. Do you prefer wine or beer?
Let's go for wine, I guess.
All right, so I just kind of move over to him and I slip some gold onto the counter in front of him and say, "May we have 2 Merlots?"
Okay. He sees that he hears a sound of coin. He'll turn. How much are you putting down?
2 gold pieces.
Okay. He'll pick up one. Pocket it. Goes to one of the barrels for wine. Pours 2 glasses of it. Comes back. Sets the glasses down. And then he returns. Let's see. Gold. That's a lot. He gives back 9 silver and 8 copper.
I push them all back and say, "Do you also have a map?"
He doesn't take the money.
Gonna guess that's a no.
He goes back to cleaning his glasses.
Well, good try.
He didn't even make eye contact.
This is by far the least wordy barkeep I have ever encountered. How about you?
Same. And I take a sip of my wine. All right.
The wine's pretty good.
Oh, delightful.
It's relatively fresh. I'm not the best, me personally, I'm not the best judge of wine, but let's call it fresh.
Good. Nobody likes skunk wine. I look at Aaron and should we split a room then?
I mean, looking around, I'm probably not getting any action tonight, so yeah.
Okay.
These individuals all look pretty fucking sad.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, like aside from the Vistani and that one other gentleman who have like any sort of like energy to them, the other like civilians, villagers here are just much like the barkeep, focusing like they're in their own little world, kind of thing.
Can I look around and see if they have drinks or not?
Some of them do, but they haven't like they're like quiet. It's just quiet. There is no life here except for the Vistani. They're kind of like chuckling and talking to themselves.
Can I push the?
Meanwhile,
Yes.
yeah. Meanwhile, we got two other people. Meanwhile, let's do this with Ferda. Ferda, you made your way to the other gentleman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's find him. There we go. Cool. So you make your way to this young gentleman who has kind of down to his neck, light blondish hair. I'll just show you his picture. Bop. Bop. There's his picture. I think. Remind me, when I click, like, well, you guys don't know if I'm going to click it, but do you guys see the images when I say, like, here he is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. One of these days I need to see, like, someone's laptop over here. Jason, I need to ask you for your laptop one day. Be like, I want to see what it looks like on your player side of the screen. But anyway, you walk up to this gentleman, young, maybe in his 20s. Hard to tell. He looks like he hasn't slept in a long time. There's like bags under his eyes, and he's kind of just like one hand wrapped around like a stein, his other hand just like on his forehead, and he just leaned onto the bar and just sighing loudly.
Hey, man.
Oh,
What's up?
Yep. Oh no. Did you just arrive?
Yes?
Well, cheers, friend. Oh, wait, no! You can help me!
What?
He does look a bit like John from Pocahontas.
Can I?
Referring to chat. Yes. Tell me, why have you come?
We were, I guess, kind of sent here to take care of the Lord of the Land. We just came across him, actually.
Oh, no.
The delight.
And you survived? He let you live?
Well, yeah, he just kind of spooky warnings and all that. Ominous. Ooh, stay away from her. Blah, blah, blah.
He still longs after her.
Stay out of trouble. I will find you.
No, he's still looking for her. Can you help me?
Can I'm a little unclear on what you need here.
He kind of points to like the weapons you have on your back. He's like, you look strong.
True. Good eye.
My sister.
You wanna wrestle?
No. What? No. My sister. She needs protection before he comes back.
Uh-huh.
Please, I'll pay you. What do you want?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I am actually with some other people, so I will probably have to, discuss it with them, because, all for one,
Yeah, and he kind of like looks over your shoulder to like see the other colorful people that are here, because like this village has been like browns and grays. No one except the Vistani, and you all obviously, have any kind of color. Even to like Lucia's standards, who wears pretty much all black, like at least it's a clean, fashionable black. She dresses with purpose. Um,
I dress.
so yeah, he looks over your shoulder and like, are those your friends? Can they help? I can pay them too. And he just starts digging into his coin pouch, and you hear like a lot of coin. And he's like, he just starts counting it on the table, and yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, slow down, slow down. First, my name is Ferda. Hi. What's your name?
Oh, my apologies. My name is Ismark. Some people call me Ismark the Lesser. Ismark. I'm. Yes. Thank you.
Cool.
Nice to meet you, Ferda. Can I meet your friends?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, right before.
We're not going to arm ourselves.
He's not a built guy, so he's not going to accept that whatsoever. You miss almost like mini She-Hulk. Anyway, as that conversation was going on, Lucia. Hi. Hello. So you can see some Vistani. You can see there are 3 females sitting among themselves. They seem to be relatively well off, jewels and such, wearing purples and reds and blues. Having, like, you can see already a few wine glasses that have been emptied out, some still going through that. And they're just like kind of like that whole like gossipy talk. You don't hear what they're saying. But yeah, you make your way over to their little table.
Ladies, hi.
And then they all turn around in like surprise, like someone came up to them, see you, and like, and just start looking among themselves. They kind of speak to themselves in their own little language. Kind of like chuckle, like, oh. Look you up and down, like, oh. Hello, dear. Are you new?
My name's Lucia. I have a couple questions about this.
My name's Alenka. This is Mirabel, and that's Sylvia. Sorvia.
Sylvia, Cerebella, and Lenka?
I am Alenka.
Alenka. All right.
This one is Mirabel.
Mirabel.
And that one is Sorvia.
Sylvia?
Sorvia.
Sorvia. Got it.
Well.
So yeah, what are you guys talking about? What are you doing? You guys seem to be the light of the tavern.
We are.
They're single.
Sorry, what?
Ask them if they're single. You have a friend who wants a wagon.
No, I'm not doing that right now.
Wait, we haven't started a dating sim yet, Jace. You gotta give them the 3 gifts before they go like, I'll go on a date. They turn towards you. Well, we are just enjoying the fine wine that we have imported. Do you enjoy I hope you enjoy your stay here. This is our tavern.
This is your tavern?
Yes, we own it.
Oh, awesome. Do I see anything on their table at all?
Like what?
I don't know, like besides wine glasses. Like they were all huddled together, like giggling. Or like, is there anything there? Do they have stuff with them?
Nothing else except those wine glasses.
Okay.
So tell me, what brings a creature like you here? We haven't seen one of your kind in many a year.
kind of asked to help by another gentleman. He kind of looked like you guys. I can't. What was his name?
Oh, the older like elder of the group.
Yeah.
His name was Stanimir.
Huh?
Stanimir.
Stanimir?
Yeah.
Stanimir asked us to help the Lord.
Oh, they met Stanimir. Such a gentleman.
Yeah, so I was hoping that you could give us a little bit more information. He kind of told us this really cool story with green flames and everything. But
And they kind of look around. It's not safe to gossip about our Lord.
oh,
Come, sit.
no.
And like she kind of like scoots aside on like this love seat kind of thing, and just like leans a hand over to like sit here.
Oh, okay. I'll sit there.
Okay. You sit. Is at this point that everything's kind of wrapped up with everyone else. Berta, you were making your way to the group who are not far from each other. Aaron and Terexis have mostly been like, cool. We got wine now. What are y'all doing?
I finished my wine, kind of like gently set the cup down, sigh a bit, and then find a chair off in the corner and take out my flute and start playing.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see, what do you got? Oof.
Oh my god, so close. Why?
Use your inspiration, please. We need to make
Yeah.
a good impression.
Yeah.
Alright, mark it off and re-roll it. Man, your digital dice hate you.
They really do. I think you did this. I know you did.
You can change your color. There you go.
Ah,
Not a terrible roll.
Ugh.
So yeah, you bust out your flutes. What kind of tune is it?
Jazz flute.
God damn it. I want to go with something that's like serene and peaceful and just
Okay.
warm.
Like yeah, the exact opposite. What's going on
Yeah,
everywhere?
exactly. Breathe some life into the room.
It's like all right, let's maybe someone will do a dance or
Not like I don't want to go like hyperactive and peppy right away. I want it to start off kind of slow and serene.
yeah.
I will start dancing to the tune
The-
after
the-
I finish
the-
my
I don't
wine.
want to.
This
give
was-
people a heart attack.
this was maybe an elvish flute song you picked up rather than like oh hey this is the halfling shire
Ron
dance.
Burgundy little thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah,
the
it's
elf
it's
end of
yeah.
things.
It's like what song? Oh, this elf number. And it's nice and quiet and peaceful and serene, and
Yes.
it like you are the loudest thing here.
I'm used to that.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, you play that tune. Everyone else can see that like the other patrons here kind of stop what they're doing, which is almost nothing, and just like they all turn towards Aaron. There's no real reaction, like no one's like smiling or anything, just looking like kind of in shock about this. No one seems happy, but no one seems angry about it either. It's just recognition.
I keep playing.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm going, "Oh, this is really fucking creepy," but okay.
Yep. Lucia, you're you just sat down with your Vistani friends. They're like, it's like, oh, darling, like you have to tell us where you came from. And then the flute starts playing, and they like just all turn towards her. You play your song for, let's say, like the duration is like what, 2-3 minutes of a song.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, give or take. You finish the piece. Boom, let that note ring out for a bit. The Vistani go. That was beautiful.
Thank you. I picked that up in an elven town.
Please.
Beautiful, beautiful music.
Is this your friend? To Lucia.
Yeah. Acquaintance. We really just met. But she's interesting. I like her.
I'm not sure if I should be flattered or insulted, but thanks.
That she looks over to the barkeep and just yells like, Eric, a pitcher of wine, please, for our new guests. They're interesting. And they just motion to all of you, just like, come, join to our table. And
Sweet.
When?
yep, and one of them kind of just like does a little gesture with her finger, and like loose chairs just like just slide closer to like form a thing. And yeah, you all sit with them.
Is
And
this a magic tavern? Like the magic carriages?
no, like you arcane people would know that like it was Mage Hand to move
Okay.
it. Yeah. You guys sit with the Vistani. Meanwhile, Ferda sees that Ismark is looking from across the other side of the bar, just like he's patiently waiting and just looking towards Ferda, and he's like, all right, he's not going to interrupt the owners of the tavern. So the Vistani, after Eric, the bartender, has brought wine glasses for everybody with wine. Thank you, Eric. That's very kind of you. So, what brings you to our little abode?
Well, Yahoo over here wants a wagon.
A wagon?
Or you may call me Terexis, but yes.
Terexis, you come all this way for a wagon.
I come for actually many wagons.
Many wagons.
Oh, great! Now it's more than one wagon.
Well, I happen to be rather
Ambition.
fond of your cooking and your culture.
And your wagons.
And I am most curious by your
And
ability
what?
to shift between here and there.
That is a special permission we are given. But also, what do you know about my people? Why? Why do you want to know more about us? And she kind of has a stern look at this point.
Well, we want to know why we were brought here, and maybe knowing about you guys would help.
Oh, you were brought.
We were told to find
We don't talk about that in this space. Apparently, I tried earlier, and she told me to be quiet. Just an FYI.
Do not talk about the devil.
Okay.
Just gonna drink my wine.
Interesting.
Can we write about it, or is it just like speaking?
Loopholes. Nice.
I prefer not to.
But
So you want to know about my people.
yes.
You were brought by Stanimir.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
He said the thing that we're not allowed to say. That's why I asked if we could write it down.
And you want to know more about my people.
Yes.
Looking to Terexis.
I like to learn about every culture I encounter. To see if they would make adequate allies.
What is your experience with cultures? Are you a student? Are you a sage? Historian? And then like kind of glancing at your armor weapon, or are you a conqueror?
I'm a protector.
And just leans in. And have you protected?
I was banished for it.
And the other two just kind of giggle. So, I think, yes, I think you should see our elder. It would be quite amusing to see what happens.
Where are they?
Your elder?
Yes, we have a leader of sorts that is not our lord, but of our people. She sees a great many things.
That is probably who we are looking for.
I would be honored to meet your matriarch.
Matriarchs mean really cool stories. I'm in.
She has many stories.
Oh, yes, score.
So, let me show you where you can find her.
Okay,
And-
before we get to that,
Yes?
I'm trying to get these other guys' attention to tell them about Ismark.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you do the thing?
Which thing?
Do you draw their attention?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
How do you do that?
Yeah,
Is it
do
like,
it. Yeah, I can't control what you're doing. How
I'm
do
just gonna like pat their shoulders, kind of like,
Okay.
hey, wait, hang on. And then I like summon them to like kind of like a group huddle.
I stop you and ask, can this wait till after they show us? I'm sure they're gonna give us a map, and can it wait just a little bit?
It won't take long, I promise.
I look over to Aaron and I'm like,
It's kind of derailing, but
I gotta finish my wine anyway.
very well.
okay. So this guy over there,
Oh
pointing
no,
to
did it
Ismark,
freeze? Yep, continue.
he is willing to pay us.
Oh, come on.
I'm
Roll,
Uh,
roll 20,
yes.
don't crash on me, roll 20.
He's willing to pay us if we help him. Something about his sister.
We're getting paid to rescue a damsel in distress.
Maybe, or protect her from a thing. I don't know. Details will be forthcoming.
I look over to our Vistani host and I'm like, does he seem familiar to you?
Oh, that one? He's the son of the late burgomaster.
Burgermaster?
Basically another term for like mayor.
Oh,
So he's definitely loaded.
Yeah, I
Assuming
saw
that's
a pretty good size money bag.
I mean,
may we invite him to join us over here, madams?
He's always been a little skittish. I don't care.
Okay, and then I beckon him over.
He does not come over.
How about we go over to him after we get the location of the elder?
Okay, I'm just going to be right back. I'm gonna run over and say, "We'll be right back," and then
Cool.
go back.
And that's a good time for now to go to our first break. So we will be back in about 5 minutes. Bye.
Cool.
There we go. Now welcome back. I almost forgot about audio again.
That would have been funny.
That would have been great.
That would have sucked.
Alright, so my mic's fine. I turned you guys up a bit, so we'll see what happens. As long as no one like screams into their mic would be good. Anyway, so you guys have met the Vistani, owners of this tavern. They bring out like a small parchment to show you like a rough map of the area. I need to send you guys. Found like a cool homebrew map that someone like hand drew online. That would be really cool. So I should send that to you guys eventually. But
Been waiting for a map for 2 sessions.
you got kicked out of the tavern. They didn't want to deal with you.
Oh, that's cold, Surge.
No, she's cold. Miss Ice Tiefling. Anyway, the 3 Vistani women bring out this parchment map of the area, and they point to over here, if you guys can see it. Yes, my little ping?
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah.
They point to there, saying, if you go to Serpool, let's see, map layer, boop, to Serpool, we have a little encampment there. That is where you will find our matriarch.
Okay.
Maybe she has some good omens for you. Maybe some bad ones.
How long does it take to get there?
That's a good question. Let's see. I mean, given that it was only a 2-mile trek from one end to the other, let's find out. If you were to go down the road, it's about 2 miles, mile and a half, 3, 4. It's like a 4-mile trek.
Okay.
It's not long.
Can do.
Yeah. Luckily, this campaign, this whole map is not a huge, like, continent. Sorry, Alan and Sarah, who are watching, who are busy. Also, Zoe, who's playing my game. Yeah, that they have to deal with a whole continent and spend days and weeks in the jungle. This is relatively fast travel.
Okay, doke.
But yeah, they point there to Serpool. That is where you'll find them.
Thank you.
And don't cause trouble.
What do you
Of course.
consider?
A Vistani is not one you want to offend.
Hear that? Don't steal any wagons.
Oh no, I'm going to be bartering. Anyway,
Thank you for your time and for the wine. Much appreciated.
Yes,
then it
thank
was,
you.
may we perhaps spend the night here?
Oh, this is just but a tavern. There's no inn.
And like we just got here.
Yeah.
Isn't it still nighttime?
Yeah, it's nighttime. No one's outside at the moment, but yeah, it's nighttime. But no, they say like there's no rooms here.
Is there an inn nearby?
Is there an inn? Question. I think there is. Yeah. Let's see. Areas of the village.
If we walk the 4 miles to the elder,
Tavern
maybe she'd be kind enough to
has-
let us stay.
By the time we get there, everyone might be passed out.
And do you really want to? They just said not to offend, and we would wake them up in the middle of the night.
Like, is it early night? Like, what is it? 6? Is it 7 to 10? What time is it?
It's hard to tell. Like what the time you guys were outside, the moon was kind of just like there. It barely moved.
Can I ask? I want to ask one of them. Like, is it always this dark here?
We haven't seen the sun in many an age.
Perpetual night. Got it.
So we could still go.
Not
They could
not
talk.
perpetual nights. There is day. You just don't see the sun.
Oh, overcast always. Okay.
It's a little dreary, but you get used to it after a while.
Oh,
Hopefully not, but okay.
I'll get
So,
used
is
to
there
it.
an inn nearby?
Unfortunately, our little village has no inn. We don't really have visitors.
Shocker.
Do you know anyone we could possibly stay with?
They kind of look around the room. Like most of the villagers, like aren't like paying attention to anything at the moment. I don't know. Maybe there's an
Ismark has a place.
maybe there's an empty house you could find. I don't know.
I looked at Frida and I heard because I heard.
Not
she
your
said,
problem, got.
But yeah, let's go see if he can put us up for the night.
Okay.
Very well, and I
I get
thank the
up and
three
I leave
ladies
my
for their
second
time and
before
their
I leave.
assistance.
We shall be here if you need us. And please enjoy the wine.
Thank you. It's delicious.
They
I'm just
like
gonna be double fisting with Aaron.
yeah. They kind of gesture and they saw that Aaron was the most like accepting of the wine, so they kind of gesture to like the still half full pitcher of wine that was brought. Just like, here you go.
I like you. I like all these people.
Thank you, darling. That song was beautiful. Please stay.
Oh, thank you. I'll
Maybe
have to play more.
perhaps if your fate is a good one, we can teach you some Vistani songs.
Please. Also, what?
What?
Are we in?
She only said if you have a good fate. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have a
Oh,
bad fate.
that's what you're asking. Okay.
Should I be worried? Am I in trouble?
Not yet.
Probably not. They gave you the wine.
I'm just gonna
Which
keep
I
it
am
on
pouring
there.
myself a glass of tea.
I'm not drunk enough for this conversation.
So Frida, shall we go talk to your friend?
Yeah, let's do that. So we're heading across the room to Mr. the Lesser.
I see him.
He's
Like I
Mark.
see who she pointed to, and I was like, I got an extra glass, and I like rush over before all of you sit down next to him. I go, hey.
He's a bit startled. Like, oh, hi. I've been waiting to speak to you all.
I know you have, sweetie. Here, have some wine. Just for
that.
you.
Like he has like his half full mug. He's like, I have one.
You don't want another?
Are you pouring it in?
No,
it.
I have an extra glass, like a goblet.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say, it's like if you were to top him off, it's like cool. You mix his ale with wine.
No, I brought a separate goblet of wine and I set it down next to the
Okay.
tankard he has.
He just goes like, oh, thank you, ma'am. And just kind of takes it, but like puts it to the side a bit. Like he'll get to it later.
So this is Aaron.
Oh, and please see me. Jenny like reaches out to shake your hand and just enthusiastically shakes it.
Like his hand.
I slowly run my thumb along his fingers as I'm shaking. I'm like, pleasure's all mine.
Oh, he pulls his hand away.
For the record, I am kind of sorry about her.
Aaron, Ferda, who's the other two?
Oh, yes. We've got Drexus over here with the hood, looking cool. And then this awesome lady in the leather is oh shoot, Lucia. Yes,
I
sorry.
stick my hand out to shake his hand. I'm Lucia. It's a pleasure to meet you, dear.
Ismark. It's quick, gentle, polite shake, and he doesn't just. He's not aware of what you all are doing. Or at least not aware of what Aaron's doing.
Try harder, darling.
Yeah, he's like, so looking to Ferda. So they have agreed to help. They're going to help.
They are open to helping. That's a start.
We will help for payment and for lodging.
Me and my sister can provide lodging. I was the son of the burgomaster. Like I have a mansion. You can stay there
That would be
in one of our rooms.
Will you
Cool,
take us
cool.
there?
Of course, that's where my sister is. Please come.
All right, and you can fill us in on the way. Or when
Excellent.
we get there, whichever works for you.
Oh, and my manager, he takes out like a coin purse and just like puts it onto the table. Here you go for your troubles.
I kind of slip next to him and place my hand over his shoulder and kind of whisper in his ear.
Well, he kind of like shivers, but he's like, oh.
Cold.
Cold.
I pick up the bag of money, by the way.
You what?
I pick up the bag of money he put on the table.
Okay, it's a hefty sum, just weight wise.
Promising.
Mm-hmm.
What will... I've noticed a certain anxiety about you, sir. What will ease your tension on this evening?
The safety of my
friend
sister.
is...
The safety of my sister. Before the devil gets to her.
Yeah, that's fair.
I kind of draw back my hood, show the horns.
There's no reaction to him.
I have a question.
I mean no offense, ma'am.
Your sister.
Your kind is one thing. The devil himself is something else, something much more terrible.
Your sister.
I'm terrible. I love it.
What's the last thing you saw her wearing?
Wait. Sorry, Zoe. Jace, is Terexis having that kind of reaction?
Yes.
Okay, he takes your hand, as cold as it is, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. I did not mean to offend. I'm sorry."
You're such a kind and gentleman. I apologize for the tease.
I'm just going to pat Ismark's head. I was like, there. Yeah.
Okay.
You were saying, Zoe?
Yeah, you were saying sorry.
I asked him about his sister, like the last thing he saw her wearing. And then I described the gown, the one that the girl in the carriage was
in. That is not my sister. Okay. My sister's in the mansion right now.
And perhaps
she normally wears her and has a sword with her.
Armor?
Does
yes.
she arm wrestle?
What's with you in wrestling?
Given the caution that our Vistani hosts have alluded to thus far, how about we retire to your mansion and you explain everything there?
Please this way. And he starts like moving towards the door. Like he kind of like scampers to the door, turns around to like make sure you guys are following him.
I kind of
chug
up next
my
to
wine and let it sit down.
And then he then like puts up like a very tattered, dirty brown cloak and like just puts it over his head and it's like, try not to draw attention. And then he goes.
I just put up my hood and then I get next to Aaron like, all right, let's make a wager, shall we? You versus me, that boy.
Interesting. How much?
Hey, Lucia.
5 gold.
Lucia left. She went to follow the guy out.
Well, she's following too.
Okay, so Berta and Lucia have gone ahead.
Hey, Lucia.
Yes.
Any word from Charles?
No, he's not back yet. Where is he?
I mean, currently you're inside and oh no, you guys want to step out. But before we get to you all stepping out, I'm more curious in this little wager that's happening right now. So Aaron and Terexis continue your little conversation. All I heard was 5 gold.
I wager 5 gold on whoever can
seal the deal.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So I just pull out 5 gold and just give it to her. I bet for the other team, darling, but go have fun.
Oh, you just took all the fun out of it.
Hold
I'm
up.
interested in the sister. So perhaps the wager will be you for the brother, me
New
for
wager.
the sister.
New wager.
Okay.
Whoever makes it first
Deal.
gets 10 gold.
Aha. All right, 10 gold it is.
All right. We shake on it.
Shake. We're not monsters, Surge.
So, yes, but I know things.
Oh no.
Have any of you two used up your inspiration?
I have.
Gain it
I
back.
have not.
Gain it back.
Oh, okay.
I'm very curious about this. Yeah, you guys can gain it back. So,
Save a girl from the devil.
as you guys, it should take you back to the village of Barovia. Cool. As you all have gotten back in town, where is this? Okay. You can see that Ismark is making his way south, just down the road. And as you guys get to about here, I'm just going to use Terex's as our party for now. The rest of you can move your characters as you wish. But as you get to here is about the time, given that Ferda and Lucia were first ahead anyway, you two hear the sound of Charles, your raven, just kind of flying out from a alleyway, coming from this side, and he just immediately just squawks, turns back into an imp, and just lands on your head.
We talked about this. It's supposed to land on my shoulder.
Yeah, well, you promised me candy,
I said after you found the voice.
and I did. That house,
Okay.
candy,
Now get off of my head.
candy.
Get off of my head.
Scampers to your shoulder.
And then I take out of my pocket like a piece of candy and I hand it to him.
And say,
Does that thing have rabies?
No.
he,
It does have rabies.
he finishes the candy, just like, that's good. Okay.
Is that
Oh goodness.
familiar addicted to the candy?
A little, he is just a little bit.
So after Charles has returned back to you, you can hear loudly at this point at the building he pointed at, just like a wailing cry of a woman.
Oh, maybe
That I'm not going to do on voice because I will probably do it terrible and it's going to sound terrible on stream. So no, but it is wailing.
I can always come downstairs and kick you.
Do we see? We know which house is the mansion or no?
Careful, Jace. I currently have.
Too late.
Pause.
Out comes the box cutter.
I don't even have anything. She ran away. I was gonna say I would have 3 karma, but I currently have 2.
Oh, you and your
Don't give him
karma.
any more.
Don't give him any more karma.
Yep, I haven't had a chance to use them yet. I'm just gonna rack them up. Anyway, they point to the house. Well, Charles points to the house, and it is just a wailing sound.
Is he pointing at the mansion?
No, to like this house here.
Okay. Do we see the mansion? Is that the building in front of us?
This building over here, yes,
Okay, cool.
is the mansion, and that's where you see. Let's see, can I find him? Oh, there he is. Lair, token lair, cool. That's where Ismark is running to.
Okay. Does
This guy.
the wailing alarm him in any way?
To Charles?
No, Ismark.
It ignores it.
Did Charles see the person who was screaming, or did he just like find the house?
You told him find it. He didn't go in.
Yeah. So did he find it? Did he
I
like?
didn't. No, I didn't go in. You said to find the sound, so I found it.
Okay, go see what it is.
It is a chat. It's exactly like Moaning Myrtle, except an older woman.
Does she?
Go see. Go see.
Yeah, go see.
More candy though, and then he flies away. Still, back in Raven form.
Mm.
Are you just waiting for him to return back? Is the rest of the party just continuing?
I'm continuing, but I'm asking our leader guy if he's familiar with that sound.
Did Ismark run ahead?
Yeah, he just ran ahead. Like he sees that you guys are behind him, and he's like, he pointed to the manor that he's running to. Like, you can't miss it, and he's just making his way there. So he does not respond to you yet. But anyone that stays behind. So to anyone that stays behind, eventually the top hat Raven returns after about 5 minutes, and he lands back on your shoulder properly.
I give him a piece of candy.
Just a shudder, like.
It's an old woman. She's just on the floor, crying. Pathetic.
Maybe visit it later. We know where the house is. We'll come back in the morning. She's still screaming. You should check it out.
Screaming at this point, like there's just like the crying like dies down a bit, and then it's just a mess.
We'll come back in the morning and see what was wrong. She's
All
been
right.
screaming for a good while.
Okay.
And then he just stays on your
Yeah, he just
shoulder.
stays on my shoulder. Actually, can you turn into a scorpion and like hang out in my pocket?
Yeah.
Or is he a big
And,
scorpion?
I think he's a regular sized scorpion, so yeah, he could do that.
So
like-
were we?
He's like,
Berta
sure,
sees-
sure. So like his impish form just like shrinks. His tail kind of stays in place anyway because he's an imp, and just like he turns into a scorpion with his hat. The
Okay,
hat
so-
shrinks, and then he gets somewhere in your pockets.
So Ferta sees this, and she just kind of runs ahead
Mm-hmm.
as fast as she can away from Charles. Nope.
I'd like to point out that there's a screaming old woman, and we could have been like life alert to help her out, but
She's fallen. She can't get back up.
so I've got a bet to win against the Dragonborn.
You have a bet with the Dragonborn?
I do.
What is it?
It's between her and I, unfortunately. I'll let you know when we have a victor.
Okay.
Where is the manor? So when you get to the manor, you can see a weary-looking mansion that squats behind a rusted iron fence. The gates are twisted and torn, so you see Ismark just kind of like slink through them, like no problem. The right gate is cast aside. The left one is kind of just like just constantly squeaking. You can see that the grounds are choked with weeds, and the house itself has like this very menacing look to it. In fact, most of the houses do, but especially this mansion all by itself. Even though the growth has been trampled down like by like a good maybe a large group of people, kind of has made like a path towards the manor, and you can see just heavy claw markings all over this manor, stripping away that what probably had a nice finish to the walls. Great black marks show like there has been fires that have assailed the mansion, and also every window is broken. And most of the windows most of the windows are barred with planks. Each plank is also like marked with stains, scratches, damages, etc. So like this mansion has been assaulted, and Ismark is going towards it.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, dude. What happened?
He's. Are you guys just going up to the front door?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. With your, I think everyone has a decent passive perception check. So like the trampled growth in front of the manor, has not been by people. You can see large paw prints. Kind of like as you're stepping through and like making your way around the weeds and thorns, etc. You look down to the ground and can see like a large paw print, and then you see multiple of that.
Do wild animals attack your home?
The devil sends them to claim her. And he starts just pounding on the door. Irina, open up. It's your brother. Please. Eventually, after some time, you can see that the door starts unlocking multiple times. Inches a bit forward, and you can see just like the eye of a woman poking through. Who are they? What business do you have? Are you with him? Are you with the Lord?
I'm with your brother. Well, not with your brother, but he's summoned us.
Nice.
Thank you.
Have you come to help?
We have.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes, we have. He gave us the bag of money. Yes, we have.
Ismark looks to his sister. They've agreed to help. I've paid them very well. Please let us in. She looks at everyone just questioningly and eventually opens the door to let you all in. And let me show you what he looks like. Boop. Show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Back off, Ferda.
You can see a woman in not the best kept armor, but she also looks like she hasn't slept very well. Tired. She has a sword to her hilt, to her belt, hand on the hilt, and just lets you all in. Immediately though, as you all enter, there is the stench of death. And then, Ismark closes the door, puts in the locks, and stands next to his sister. And she's just staring at you all.
So, explain your problem to us.
Ismark puts his hand on Irina's shoulder. The devil wants her. He's obsessed with her.
More information, please.
That's all I know. He comes and takes people. Now it's my sister. What would you have me do?
I pull my hood back. What do you mean he takes people?
We don't know. People that go to the castle do not return.
Maybe those are the screams I heard.
When he takes them, does he give them a weird mask?
Those he has. I suppose he's betrothed, or I don't know what he does to them. I don't go to the castle.
Does he only take females?
So far, yes.
Little sexist.
And this is a party of females.
This devil you speak of, this Strahd van Zarovik, what, why has
What
he
kind of-
chosen your sister?
Before he answers, Irina steps up to all of you, still with her hand on her sword. Says, "What do you want to do with me?"
With you? Nothing. Your brother, though.
Okay, settle down, Aaron.
She.
What? I can't help it.
I know. I react. She doesn't react.
I take a couple steps forward.
She only says half brother.
I
Doesn't matter to me, man.
step in front of her and then kneel and lower my head and then hold up my rapier. I've come to offer my protection and assistance.
You're a knight.
I am.
Soldier? Priest?
A little of both. More so, Commander.
And what do you serve?
I was brought in to serve with the Purple Dragons of Cormyr. However, I find myself in an unfamiliar land at the behest of the Vistani, and here we meet you. So I'll do what I must.
And your god can reach you here. In these forsaken lands.
How should I test this?
I don't know. She's asking you.
I pull out my shield, which has my Oral's snowflake pattern on it. And then I cast Bless on her, her brother, and myself.
Okay. What does Bless look like for you?
In this case, it's going to be like I kind of flick my wrist around and 3 snowflakes float around. One goes to each of us, and then there's like a cloud of tracing snowflakes around us.
Nice. Okay, so you do that. They kind of like coil back a bit, but then like even though it's a cold effect, it's a comforting chill. She and her brother look at each other, just like nod in acknowledgement that this is like a holy power of some sort. Very well. Paladin just nods towards you. What are the rest of your talents? How can you help me?
Well, as for myself, I'm very good at telling stories and playing very lovely music, and generally being annoying to make people pay attention to me. So at the very least, he'll leave you alone if I'm in the room, I'm guessing. Well, that's my usual go-to tactic anyway. But, hey, you never know. It might work.
I could entertain you for the night.
You don't want him. Kind of to the both of you.
Don't want. Don't want. Who now?
Strahd.
I mean, I have my own devil. I don't need him. But
I,
I'm
He's
I,
rude.
I don't
Meh.
think you understand.
um,
You don't have a choice. He chooses.
no, there's always a choice.
I didn't choose this, and pulls back her cloak, and you can see 4 puncture wounds in her neck.
What are
Damn, you should
those?
get those checked.
What? And he caused this. Did he bite you?
I think so. I don't remember very well.
Mm.
Okay, so we've got memory loss, a dude who bites people.
Can you explain what your devil is? Give us more information so that we can help you.
The only thing I remember when he attacked me is the blazing hunger in his eyes. He's a monster.
May I try something, if you'll permit?
She doesn't budge.
I kind of swirl my finger around. There's another snowflake going around, and I just kind of press it to her forehead,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Boop.
boop. I'm trying lay on hands to burn 5 of the points to cure a disease.
Okay. You do that. There's this oral snowflake sigil kind of like burned across her forehead before it fades away. Like you yourself wouldn't know if the effect worked. But Irina doesn't have any like change at all. You're not sure if anything happened. And she's like waits for something to happen and eventually just like
Seems we'll need more powerful magic. Have you noticed any symptoms and peculiarities since the attack?
I'm not a vampire, is that if that's what you're asking?
Is that what the Lord is?
Yes.
That explains a few things.
He is ancient.
Do you know the Dasani by any chance?
Know of them?
Mm-hmm.
They are his spies.
The Vistani are his spies?
They serve him.
So they would know the most about him. Yeah?
Correct.
But they're also the ones who brought us to this land to cure him.
They are the only ones who are allowed to leave these lands. They have the ability to, and the permission. They are his allies. Don't trust a Vistani.
Okay, so any inkling as to why they would have brought us here to quote unquote save him? Like, has something changed recently?
I don't know. I don't speak with the Vistani.
Okay.
I don't want to be cursed.
Cursed?
Who
Okay.
would curse you?
The Vistani can do strange things.
I mean, so can I, but we don't talk about that.
I just kind of look at her for a moment,
What?
and then
No.
Alright.
It's getting kind of late.
There's still the stench of death.
Yeah, what's that smell?
Follow me. She kind of walks away, going to like a parlor room.
I follow.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You follow, and as she kind of opens this double door to like this large parlor room,
the stench is very strong here. You can see a man in not the best clothes, just slumped on the ground.
Does he look like the or?
Sorry, what?
Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. She does not enter the room. And just quietly and somberly looks towards you all.
Who was it?
This is the burgomaster. My father.
Ooh.
Oh.
Why has he not been buried?
I would love to bury him, but I can't leave this house. This is the only protection I have.
Who killed him?
That's really the only merciful thing. Nothing killed him except his poor heart. He couldn't stand the assaults by Strahd's minions any longer.
How long since he passed?
3 days. However, since his death, we haven't had any attackers. I don't know why.
Do you have a blanket?
He's kind of covered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like they have it's obvious the body has not been moved.
I'm going to walk.
All right, continue.
I'm gonna walk over there and then see if I could do this. I don't want to damage the body, but could I use my ray of frost to freeze it and preserve it so it's not rotting there anymore?
That's not what it does. There are spells for that,
which I don't have.
You don't have. She says as you come to inspect the body, if you would be so kind as to help Ismark deliver my father's body to the church and bury him, I would be most grateful.
Seems
of course we would do that.
And then you, I don't know where you stay, but you can stay here.
Most gracious to offer that.
I just need my father buried. He needs a proper burial before he... I don't know.
And it shall be done.
But I can't leave.
Did he leave any final wishes?
Does he? While I look this up, what are y'all doing? What are the rest of you doing?
I'm looking around the house.
I walk over to Ismark to ask him about details.
Okay. But first, Ferda,
Yeah.
and this is really for everyone else, but you know, Ferda said, looking around, the interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. The noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. Which at this point, like anyone that that is proficient in religion can make me a religion check. Yeah, the late burgomaster is lying on the floor. Lying. Oh, okay. I didn't read this part. So he wasn't just on the floor. He is laying like Ismark and Arena have put him into a very simple wooden coffin, like ready to move, right? And surrounded. The coffin is surrounded by wilting flowers and this faint smell of decay.
I rolled a 6. I changed my color and I'm still getting shit rolls.
I rolled a 14.
Mm.
Sorry. 14 is enough for you to recognize this symbol as various good aligned deities of like mostly involving the sun. So like Palor, uh, Lathander. Lathander's like the most common one everywhere.
Actually, I have a Lathander symbol on my necklace.
Yeah, so like you can like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Lathander, Palor. There's, I think Cord is another good one, but like Lathander is the main one that's here.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just a sign of the Morning Lord, kind of like the symbol of the Morning Lord is like a horizon with like a sun coming out.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah, and kind of like etched into one of the planks that you can see, like every now and then, is just a small prayer going like, "May the sun shine again."
Hmm.
Yeah. So you want who was asking for details?
Me.
Okay.
Okay, so I walk up to Ismark and I like kind of like bro like just lay my hand on his shoulder like
Mm-hmm.
to get his attention. I'm like, how long has this been going on?
What exactly is this?
How long has creepy sucky face been trying to get into your house? Days, weeks.
Weeks.
All right.
It's hard to tell time nowadays.
So, any ideas as to why your sister was targeted?
Thank you, Sarah. All praise the Morning Lord. That was just for her. She gets it. Sorry, say again.
Any ideas why your sister was targeted? Did she do anything? Did your family do anything?
I don't know. I really don't know. But he is obsessed with her. He doesn't seem to want to kill her. He didn't even turn her the 2 times she was bitten.
Okay. Has your sister been exhibiting any weird behavior since she was bit?
She doesn't recall her attacks very well.
Wait, plural attacks, like plural.
It's 4 puncture wounds, like 2 bites.
Oh. When did the second attack happen?
She doesn't remember when it happened. I wasn't there.
So you didn't notice when another set of bite marks showed up?
She only just announced it to me a few days ago. I don't know when it first happened.
All right.
She's and just getting closer to you, like she's my sister. She's scared.
Okay, but she's also in trouble, so be a little more proactive, man. Come on. And I just kind of tap him on the shoulder, like, it'll be okay. Like
He like pulls his cloak back a bit to show like he has a long sword to his side, and he's like, I will do what I can. But right now, hiding is what we can do.
Fair enough. I kind of turn to the rest of the group. I'm just like, well, seeing as how we literally have nowhere else to stay for the night, and this lovely gentleman paid us so well, I say we bunker down and figure out our defensive strategy.
Yeah.
It's getting
I'm
late.
in agreement.
Like you say, he comes every night.
There have been nightly raids to the house, yes. But since our father fell, there hasn't been an attack.
So it'd be safe to sleep tonight.
Did your father
I don't
have
know.
any
I don't
enemies?
know if that is safe.
So we'll take turns. Both of you look very haggard.
Yeah.
I can.
No, that's
I can.
good.
I can show you. I can. Watch the mics. I can show you to your rooms.
All right. Who's taking first watch? These two
I'll s-
obviously need to sleep. Me and
I'm
you.
I'll take first watch.
Can I also ask that you keep an eye on my father's body?
I mean, he ain't going anywhere.
Yes, but something
I'll
can take
watch
him.
over the body.
Yeah.
Thank you, Knight.
Of course.
Cool. And with that, let's go to our second break. And we will return in a few moments. Goodbye!
we're back. So, the party is being escorted to their separate rooms in this manner by Ismark. Irina has like stayed behind a bit with Terexis, who's volunteered to watch over the burgomaster. Yeah. Ismark takes you all to your just a bedroom. It's not the best condition. It's drafty because all the windows are broken, just planked up. And yeah, it's modest accommodations, and just kind of sighs and says, like, well, this is the best we have. I'm sorry for how he just can't speak.
Better than nothing. It's cool.
Beats the woods.
Yeah.
Well,
got lots of friends in there, Aaron.
You rest, and
Ugh.
we will see you in the morning, I suppose. Good.
Which one's yours in case we need to find you?
He points to a room like down the hallway. I'm next to the master bedroom.
Okie dokie.
Got it.
Right.
Good night, Ferda. Good night, Aaron. Lucia, did you follow them?
No, I said I was taking first watch.
Oh, okay, so you're over there with Terexis then. So you two are just left to your rooms.
I'm falling asleep.
And you sleep. Okay. So you also hear that he enters his room and closes the door. Terexis, Lucia. Irina is just staring at the open coffin of her father.
Did your father have any enemies?
Only the devil himself.
Terexis.
He tried to Strahd, and he was nearly beaten.
Beaten to death?
The devil is incredibly powerful.
You were saying, Lucia?
Why don't you take Irina to her room and I'll watch the body? She does look like she needs some sleep.
Would you allow me to escort you?
Looks to Lucia, just nods, and will lead you upstairs. It's her house.
That's fair.
Yes, take me to my room that you don't know where it is. Yeah, she escorts you up. Takes you to one of the unoccupied rooms. Says, "Here you go. I will be in the master. Good night. I hope."
Good night.
And makes her way to her room. So, Rexus, are you going to sleep?
No.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes, sleep? Or no sleep?
Oh, no.
Yes, no sleep. Ferda, I heard you say you're going to sleep. Ferda goes to sleep. Lucia. Actually, the three of you, can you make me perception checks?
Mm.
How them rolls at?
Can I have advantage because I'm rolling also for Charles?
You don't have advantage. You know, fine, it's fine.
That's better.
Cool. In the cases of advantage and such, make sure you toggle it on your character sheet. Just so like we can keep track of it better in the chat. So, ooh, okay. Um, let's see. Aaron, in the first hour of the night, so this is during Lucius' first watch, um, you can see a raven on your window. Like that's what like you're in your room, you're awake. It's not a comfortable place to go to sleep anyway. It's like, you're paranoid, you're alert on things for a bit, and then you hear the as a bird has landed on the windowsill, and you can see, like, even though it's boarded up, you can see like the outline of a bird just like it's just like it's poking around. And you can see that it is a raven. Chat, no, Ismark went to his own separate room. He's next to the master bedroom.
Which window is this raven in?
Like the one next to your door. Or your room.
So I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. This is in your room.
All right, so is let me think. Name of the Charles?
The imp, yes.
Okay, so
This raven is not wearing a top hat.
it's not wearing a top hat. Okay. So at first I like kind of like figure it's Charles, but then I was like, wait, there's no top hat. And I'm like, so I kind of like walk up to the window and I like kind of knock on the board in front of where the raven's standing, like, hey, go away.
It just does like the side eye on you.
I side eye it back. I'm like,
And then you hear like more birds have flown away.
yeah, I don't like that. I'm gonna go out my room and find whoever's currently on watch.
It's Lucia.
So I go to Lucy. I'm like,
Okay. Lucia, you can easily hear Aaron coming down because this house is not well kept. It's a lot of everything's creaking.
So I walk up to her and I'm just like, there are a lot of ravens outside. And one of them just eyed me. Like really, like, bitch. I mean, eyed me.
Like that bird eye.
Like that bird eye. Like that was not a normal bird. That was some.
Like it had some conscience.
You gonna die. Yeah.
Like those angry Pocketeal videos of just like, why are you having a tantrum? They just throw the thing. Like that kind of eye.
Okay.
Bitch, I'm gonna come in there and peck you. But yeah.
I don't know. Your buddy Charles, like, can he talk to them?
As soon as you say Charles, there's a like this large scorpion with a top hat.
Yeah, you speak Raven?
He turns into his imp form. Yes. If I'm a raven.
Oh, details. If you can understand what they're saying, can you go out and like listen to like whatever the hell they're talking about? Because I got a bad feeling.
You're not my boss. And he flips you off.
Do the candy thing.
Charles, go find out what it is.
Yeah, Charles, your boss said to.
He turns invisible, and you can hear him fly away. and then there's a quick right across your face.
You little fuck!
And then he flies away.
I'm eating you later.
No, you're not.
You can hear some of the boards that are boarding up a window kind of creak a bit as he's kind of like squeezing through, and then he squeezes out as far as you can hear. But yeah.
So is it only one raven, or how many do you think were outside?
One gave me the dirty eye, and then when that one flew away, I swear I heard like at least 50 others fly away with it.
So it's a whole murder. Wonderful.
It's a very large murder.
Chat, yes, all the glasses are broken, but everything's boarded up.
Well, let's wait for Charles and see what he says when he gets back. We'll take it from there.
All right. Second hour goes by. This is approaching the point where you, Lucia, need to go to sleep eventually. Charles returns. He gets out of his imp form, and he's hurt.
How hurt?
So like as he flew in, he uninvisibled himself and just kind of like just kind of rolls in the ground. He is bleeding a bit.
Oh no!
He's like, "Those aren't regular ravens." Oh shit!
Called it.
So, can I use healing hands on him real quick?
He will heal on his own, but yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
All right, yeah, you give him your
I'm supposed to get
healing.
hurt.
Healing hands heals your level, I think. So yeah, you just heal him a bit and say, "Thanks, boss."
And I give him a piece of candy.
Nom, 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 nom.
So, did they say anything in particular before you were attacked, or did you just get attacked and then came back?
I followed, and then they all swarmed me.
And how far did you get?
I got to the outskirts of town, and that's it. They seemed to be aware that I was following them, and they turned and flock of ravens is fucked up shit.
Okay, that's fair. You did good. Aaron, do you mind taking Overwatch for a couple hours? I need a
No,
couple.
I'm good. I'm not going to get any sleep. Go ahead.
All right, and where's the room?
Oh, it's down the hall and like second door on the left.
Yep. Hold on.
And I go up and I get as comfortable as possible and sleep.
Okay. Second watch, since currently the only person awake is Aaron. Aaron, can you give me a perception check?
Nope, Trax is still awake.
All right, you're still there.
Yeah,
You're like so quiet the whole time.
I know. Like a block of ice.
You said perception check?
Yeah, the two of you.
Okay.
Wait, Terexis, you've been there the whole time since the very beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get tired too after this.
Okay.
Wait, is that a 1 or a 19?
Chat says it's a 22, so there you go.
Okay.
I guess that was a 19. Nice. The two of you, during your second watch, can see that can hear that nothing exciting happens. But Aaron, you do hear, and only you pick it up, just because you're older than 22.
Oh, great.
That's the upstairs bedroom is kind of creaking.
Yeah, I go check it out.
Okay. It is coming from the master bedroom.
I put my head up against the door to listen.
You hear like footsteps moving, and then it stops.
Can I like lightly knock on the door and like
You hear and then it goes away.
okay, I open the door and rush in.
Okay.
Some of the wooden panels on this window have been ripped open, but like
Great.
there was no sound to it. They're just gone. You see the faint sight of the curtains, that whatever tattered curtains are in this master bedroom, just kind of like blown out the window. But you see nothing else after that, but you do see Irina just dead asleep in her bed.
Okay, I walk over to Irina.
Still, no, her armor is off because she can't really sleep in her armor. But yeah,
I walk over to Irina and like trying not to wake her up, but to check her like neck.
It's still the same.
Okay.
It's still the 2 bite marks.
Okay.
She's sleeping soundly.
All right. You said like the panels are completely ripped off one of the windows.
On one of the big windows, yes.
Okay, so I look around for a chair.
Okay.
And I set up in the corner where I can keep an eye on both her sleeping and the giant window that's ripped open.
Okay, and kind of like leaned to watch, but also sleep and rest, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a resting watch.
Yeah, it's a restful watch.
It's a restful watch. Okay. You do that. Your eyes on the window, your eyes on the bed, the door.
Yep.
You're like, all right. Got it.
Yep.
All right. That's your night. Alexis, you're getting sleepy.
I'm gonna go upstairs to knock on Ferda's door.
I'm guessing this wakes me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Madame Ferda, it's your turn. I must rest. She's on mute. It's fine.
Eventually, as she makes her way down, of course, you go to your room, armor, sword ready, and you sleep.
Actually, before I do,
yes, please.
Is my window boarded up?
Everything's boarded up.
Okay.
I woke up, right?
Yeah, you woke up.
Okay.
While you were muted, you like cool. You two basically change places.
Okay.
Then you make your way downstairs. But Terexis was doing something. So before you sleep,
can I look out? I mean, is there any cracks in the boards where I can look out a bit?
Yeah. It's not a perfect craftsmanship. It's enough to keep away big things.
Do I see anything out there?
Perception check.
Okay.
Let's see. If you're from the south of the village,
boo.
You can just see like the rooftops of the village of Barovia. No light coming from anywhere. No, like just the faint like smoke trails coming from people's chimneys of whatever fire they're using to keep themselves warm.
And lastly,
but nothing stands out except the castle. The castle's there, like, ugh. Yeah. Like it's staring at you, like the eye of Sauron.
Ooh. And then lastly,
no, that's bad, Jace. That's bad.
Oh. I'll just like with my rapier and kind of like it's still in its sheath, but I'm just holding it. I'm gonna just walk over to the master bedroom and kind of creak the door open.
You can you creak it open. Yeah, you can, as you creak it open, you can see that Aaron is leaning up against a chair, asleep, but like ready to go if something actually like really wakes her up.
I don't have a spell that would last long enough to really be useful to her.
Not at this level.
Nope. All right. So I just kind of whisper good night to Aaron and then make my way back to my room and go to sleep.
Okay. Berta,
For the
Yes.
last watch, can you give me a perception check?
All right.
Unless there's something else you want to do. Or just keep watch.
I'm supposed to be keeping watch of the mayor
body.
there. Yeah.
The Burgomaster. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but whatever. Cool. Your watch, as you're watching over him, nothing special happens. You eventually can hear like a growl coming from somewhere, but then if like it's a one-time little instance and then it goes away after a while. You're not sure if it was like a large creature, maybe it was a small thing, who knows what it was. So yeah.
It's kind of creepy though, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm awake.
You're awake. Nice, Jackie.
Just kind of on edge there.
Saw you in chat. Oh, you're talking about the caddy. So yeah, your last watch goes uneventful, and eventually you all stir awake. Aaron, you're woken up by Irina, who kind of like puts her hand on your shoulder to like jostle you awake.
I jostle awake and instinctively like reach for my short sword, like.
It's safe. It's morning. For the time being, it's safe.
Oh, God, I need breakfast. I need food. And I just kind of like.
You did not sleep well.
No.
You slept, but it's not a great sleep.
No.
Nothing like paranoid sleep.
No.
Eventually, Ismark has come to everyone else's rooms to knock and make sure people are awake. Yeah. As you guys have all collected together, back in the parlor room or outside the parlor room, Ismark has thanked Ferda for being the last one on watch because he's the first one to wake up. Ismark does not look like he slept like super restful. He still woke up relatively early. He maybe slept 4 or 5 hours, but he slept nonetheless. Thank you for keeping watch. So, to the church?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. He goes to grab one end of the coffin. I'm just waiting for someone to help him.
Ferda, would you be so good?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I'll go help grab the coffin.
Cool. You guys grab the coffin. Irina is just watching you all do this, and she kind of bows her head, says a few words to herself.
Is there anything you would like me to say during the ceremony?
I just want him properly buried, so no evil may come to him. I'm not a religious person, but you seem to be one. Tell me, what is your god about?
She brings winter, so that there may be a spring.
Poetic. And she just smiles towards you, like the first little faint smile towards you, and then it goes away. You're earning. You earn 1 point in the dating sim. the rhetorical dating sim.
Is there anything we can get you while we're out?
I don't think she wants. Once I know my father is buried safely and properly, I would like to make plans to leave. This home can only hold me can only protect me for so long.
I understand.
I need to leave.
But where will you go?
There's talk around town of another town to the far west. It is more secure. It's not as dead as this village. Perhaps there's arms, there's people ready to do things, to come to the defense, people that defy the devil. Perhaps there it is safer. For me, at least.
You said to the west?
Perhaps.
To the west, yes.
Hey guys, that camp is on the way.
It is.
Matriarch.
That's fair. Yeah.
Just know that once I leave my home, I am an open target.
Well,
We
we did
understand.
get paid to protect you, so you won't be alone.
Let us start with the burial one step at a time.
Please. I will wait here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, keep forgetting her name.
Irina or Ismark?
No, Zoe's character.
Lucia.
Lucia. Could you have Charles perhaps stay behind and scout the house?
No, I don't.
I thought you were staying.
I want this color.
Wait, what?
I thought you were staying. Are you helping carry the coffin?
I'm gonna do the ceremony for the body at the church.
I thought that's what the priest was for.
I am safe by myself. I'd rather have as much protection for my father.
Okay.
He can't touch me here. Not unless I invite him in.
So did
Very
you
well.
invite him in the first 2 times?
I wasn't home.
I guess let's go.
Cool.
Okay.
Onward. Ismark has one end of the coffin, Ferda has the other, and you all make your way north to. Are you guys in the village map? Yes, you are. So, Ismark is leading you all way up north over here. The crying has stopped from the other house when you guys pass it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of now like a faint sniffle. Maybe she got tired of crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, time to regain my strength before I cry again. What are other things? Wait.
Well, before we pass the house, I want to
Yes.
knock on the door.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. What building is that? Okay. As you pass that house, where is it? It is. Oh, not that one. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it is a dark 2-story townhouse. Barricaded up. As you knock, the sound from inside stops.
Are you okay?
Ismark motions to you all, mostly to Furtick, who's holding the other end of the coffin. Leave Mad Mary be. We can't help her. We have more pressing matters. Please. And he starts like trying to move the coffin so Ferda will move too.
I'm moving. But we will probably come back after this. The whole funeral.
I continue. Like, when he said we couldn't help her, I kept walking.
Okay. You guys go past. Let me point out a couple other buildings as you're going past them. So we know that this one is the tavern. Let me get the token out. So let's. Oop. So E2 is the tavern.
Okay.
E3 is the crying woman's home. E4 is the manor. As you pass by this other building over here, E1, you can see that it has, like, this building looks to be like some kind of store. You can see a sign that creaks on its hinges, and it reads Bill Drafts Mercantile. It looks to be like some kind of general store kind of thing, but like most things here, it seems dead of activity. And I don't think there's any other buildings of interest. But eventually you guys make your way to the church. And as you get to the church... Ooh, is there a church in it? As you get to the church, atop a slight rise against the roots of a pillar stone, you can see a church of wood and stone. The church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries, because it seems like it's been attacked multiple times, similar to the other mansion, and is very worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back, and there's flickering lights that shines through the holes of a shingled roof. And yeah, the heavy wooden doors of the church are covered in claw marks and scarred by fire.
That's not foreboding.
So I guess the church isn't sacred.
It's daytime, so I guess I'd knock on the door.
Okay. Let's see if I can do... Okay. Yeah, this is fine. So when you get to the church, you can all hear a soft voice that is kind of like, because of the interior of the church, you would assume like there's an empty interior open space, like the chapel kind of area. You can hear a kind of an echoing voice that's kind of reciting a prayer, like a single person is reciting a prayer. Then that prayer is blotted out by a human scream that you can hear very faintly, just like...
Push open the door.
Yeah.
Okay. As you open the door, you know what? Let's take you to the chapel. Let's go to the chapel. Go to the chapel. Let's get your tokens. I need your tokens first. Two. But anyway, as you open up the church, you can see a lot of the pews are just broken. Like there's been a fight in here.
Are there any bodies, or is it just like empty?
Like, moving all of you. Let's go to the church. Let me make all you correct size. Also with you. Where's Eastmark? Eastmark's here. Okay. What can you guys see? Okay, so you guys are outside the chapel, but you know, you guys walked in, as you guys said you guys did. I'm gonna let you move you
guys in. Cool. You guys are in. You guys can see inside. Yes, you can. Cool. So as you're looking inside the chapel, let's see. Everything for. No, it's fine. It's whatever. You can see a man inside who looks like this. A kind of portly, not in the best health, older man who is just at an altar, like both hands like are on the stone altar, just praying. Just he's just muttering to himself, but you can tell it's a type of prayer. Yeah, that's him. What do you guys do?
Can I hear like what specifically the prayer is, or like what to what God?
It's muttering. It's just muttering at the moment. You're not close enough to really pay attention to what it is. But you can tell. You know what? Anyone can give me an insight check real quick.
Not religion.
No, this is for a different thing.
Oh.
But nice. So everyone but Amy.
Yep.
Everyone but Fredo can tell like his voice is very hoarse and weak, like he's been praying all night. He also looks super tired. Where is his religion? It should say here somewhere.
Can I walk up to him and put my hand on his shoulder?
As you start approaching him, you guys get to the interior of this room. Boop, 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 boop. He comes to attention, sees that you guys have entered. Takes out his holy symbol. I'd really like to know what god you serve. I don't know why it's not. Okay, there it is. Cool. You can see easily, Terexis, that this is a symbol of the Morning Lord. Morning Lord being Lathander. He takes out the holy symbol and is like, "Who are you? Why have you come here? Please go away."
We came to bury a body.
Whose body?
And I look back. And I point.
Yeah. Ismark looks over, says, "Donovich, Father Donovich, it's for my father." He's like, "Oh, Ismark. Oh my God. Oh, bless you, child. So he did die. Rumors were true." "Yes, I can be of assistance if you wish." Who are these people? Kind of looking to all of you to kind of introduce yourselves.
We are friends.
You see Donovich.
And I kind of point on my necklace, the symbol of Lathander, and I say, "May the morning shine on you, sir, but you look like you haven't slept."
And may the Morning Lord bless you.
And also with you.
Lift up your hearts. So he's a lot more relaxed now that you said that. But he also has like a slight eye as he's looking over your holy symbols, like at least your main holy symbol on your shield. He's like, he's confused, but like you have a symbol of the Morning Lord, so he's like, okay, whatever, it's fine. So yeah. What do you guys do?
Can I move up next to him because I'm probably going to be assisting him in the ceremony? he doesn't freak out.
Well, right now you're like in the chapel. Like the ceremony is to go bury him.
Well, I mean, we got to get stuff from the chapel. I'd imagine to go outside, like robes and holy things, etc.
Shovels.
Shovels.
That's fair. Yeah, you guys point that out. And he's like, "Oh, this way," and he kind of like digs through like a small closet of sorts. Like here's like 2 shovels. He has a couple of candles that he brings out, like a ritual book. He's like, I've been waiting. So many I have to bury. And at that point, you hear just a blood curdling scream from below.
What's down there?
He seems to be very like he doesn't react badly to it. He says, "That is my business, and my business alone. Please, just leave him be. I will fix him. You don't have to worry. He is safe there. He cannot harm anyone else."
Fixed? What's wrong with him?
Why?
Because I'm curious.
He's my son.
Yes, but what's wrong with him? You said you'll fix him. What happened? Was it the devil again? Is there something else in this land that we should be aware about?
My son is no monster.
Okay.
But I've trapped him there. But
And what do you...
I'm praying every day, every night, so that the gods may tell me how to save him.
Save him from what?
He's just sick. Okay, he's just sick.
You're being very vague. What
Does he have any puncture marks on his neck?
Yes.
How many?
I didn't get a close look.
How long since it occurred?
How? A little more than a year ago.
He's been like that for a year?
Yes. He's been there. He's been.
Him?
He's what?
Do you feed him?
No. I haven't fed him in over a year. And yet he still lives. He's not natural. But I will save him. He's my son.
Maybe if you fed him, he'd stop screaming, though.
You the player Zoe, you know what I'm talking about, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Lucia doesn't.
Fair enough. He just shakes his head at you like, you don't know what. It just looks towards Jace to Rexus, the only person he can seem to reason with.
I mean, you're being very vague about what has taken your son. And if it's something that we should worry about because we plan on protecting Irina on her journey west, I feel like you should be a little bit more forthcoming in like this knowledge.
I've said he is my concern. Let's just please. We're ready for the funeral rites for the burgomaster. Let's just finish this business. He was an important man to all of us. Let's just do this. And Ismark's like, please, let's just. I just want to bury my father.
I'll read the topic when this is over.
Ismark's like, sure, we can do that. Yeah. He leads you outside. As you go outside, you can see a vast graveyard. And that, let's copy paste all you guys again to a. You know what? And also, I'm checking the time right now. Here's what we'll do. He takes you all outside to this vast graveyard. Some graves empty, most of them full. You see large, not monoliths, mausoleums, which probably would belong to more of the, at the time, wealthier people that lived in Barovia. As you guys go, he takes you all to an open grave with the tombstone already of the family name. I never said it earlier, and I don't want to look it up right now. I think their name is
The lesser.
that's not his last name. Kolyanvolich, something like that. It's long. The family name for Ismark and Irina, like it was ready for them. And as Ismark and Ferda are lowering the coffin and it's put down, Father Donovich starts like taking out the prayer ritual, looking to you, Terexis, and just like, do you know your funeral rites?
I do.
Okay. He then starts saying a prayer, but at that moment, you can see a swarm of bats just flutter around you all. It's a thick cloud of bats. The priest is panicked. He shuts his book and he's like takes out his holy symbol, like, oh, no.
I put my hand on his shoulder.
Like, you are all being battered by bats. Just it's in your face, it's everywhere.
Ah, fun. Sorry.
Yep. I just realized it.
Man.
At that moment, the swarm of bats fades. You can see Irina standing maybe 30 feet away.
That's not good.
She's not facing you. She's kind of facing to the side.
I call out to her.
She's slowly walking forward in her direction.
So away from us.
Away from you.
Hey, I run over to her.
Yeah, so do I.
As you're moving towards her, we can see like the camera is like pulled back a bit as you guys are like walking by mausoleum graves, etc. But then your vision, as you like turn the corner past the mausoleum, you can see standing there with his arms stretched out, Strahd. And that's where we'll end.
Great.
So we'll come back to this next time.
Fun.
Yay. What's really going to be fun right now, though, is what's Willow up to?
Jeez.
Would
Good
like to know.
question.
This is going to be fun trying to figure out what she's been up to. But yeah, next time, Graveyard Showdown, maybe. Knowing you guys. Or rather, knowing you guys, Berta's going to challenge Strahd to an arm wrestling competition. Aaron's going to try to flirt with Strahd. Terexis is going to sweep Irina off her feet.
Yep.
And Lucia is probably going to trip Aaron to get to Strahd. Who knows? And then Willow's just going to make a thing. I make cupcakes.
I swear to God, if she runs into the clearing, she goes, "Where are you guys? I made cupcakes."
Or do you prefer souffle?
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah, I hope you all have fun. I am very excited for this next session, and every session I'm just more excited. Yeah, this is gonna be a good time. So, this has been Curse of Strahd, episode 2, and we'll see you guys in about 2 weeks.
Bye.
Exactly 2 weeks, though. Cool.
Yay.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yay.
Thanks for watching.